Good evening, everyone. It's Lucy from Bringer of Light Tarot. I'm here for your Wednesday card pull or drawn to card or whatever you want to call it. The deck that I'm using is a very interesting deck. It's called Soul Cards 2 by Deborah Koff-Chapin. Now, what's interesting about these cards is they're actually used by psychologists and counselors, or not really like ink blot cards or anything like that, but they're used for people's intuition, imagination, to look deeper into their soul basically, and to kind of just go a bit deep with what they get from the picture. So I must admit, I've been a bit nervous about doing this video tonight because there's no names, there's no guidance on the card of what the card is about. It purely is interpretation. So anyone that was drawn to card number 1, I'm using a new camera tonight, so I'm hoping that you can see this clearly. Oh, see? I can't even see where the camera is. This is card number 1. Now, what I get from this card is there's a lady or someone, a person laying there in the tree. I get a feeling of hiding. I get a feeling of a bit of depression, shame. And I feel like with this card that there is a part, whoever picked this card, there's a part of the person that is hiding, that has had something shameful happen to them, something that they don't speak out to many people. I also feel like there's this dog here or something like that. It's almost like they feel that people can see this part of them at times, and they go even deeper into shame when actually this part of them is very precious. Doesn't need to feel shame. I feel like the shame comes from something someone has said to them in particularly, or made them feel about themselves in a part of their lives, that part of their life isn't allowed to grow. It stays hidden, that there's emotions there that are hidden. I feel that Source wants to work with those, that they're actually, if you look where the person's hiding, they can integrate into the tree and they can become quite stable for the person. That person can become a lot more stable in their life. Looking at this shame, releasing this shame, admitting to this shame, that Source will make them like the tree, will make them absolutely stable in that area of their life. It will bear fruit. They'll grow. It will speak for the ages. And there's nothing too shameful, there's nothing too hard that Source can't handle. And being vulnerable in that area. I'm getting a lot of a feeling like an attack from a narcissistic person in their past, that without even them knowing has really crushed certain aspects of themselves that that's never been allowed to grow or come out. And Source is wanting you to look at that, give it to them, so that they can heal it, so Spirit can heal it and make it into a very stable tree in your life that will bear fruit for other people and yourself. And that other people will be nourished and be able to come out of their shame by coming to terms and coming out with what you went through. I hope that makes sense for that. That's what I'm getting from that card. So that's card number 1. It's quite deep, you guys. I'm really sorry. I hope it doesn't cause anyone to look at areas in their life that they're not ready. If you don't feel ready, you don't have to. It's just, this is what the cards are telling me. Now, if you were drawn to card number 2 is a very interesting one. The first time I ever saw this card, I was quite repulsed by it, and I didn't quite get what was going on with it. And then when I thought about why am I repulsed by it, it actually is there's something in you that wants to come out. There's a part of you that's a bit eccentric, a bit odd. You've had some ideas maybe, and you've thought, nope, not going there, not doing that. And that part that wants to come out, that eccentric part, the part that's a little bit odd, a little bit what society would call odd, what weird, or maybe you don't think fits in society. It might be something that you're wanting to do, like writing or some sort of creative task, or it might be how you want to express yourself, or a part of yourself that you feel needs expressing that you've totally rejected. That part is quite sad, but it's a beautiful part if you really look at it. And it's hard to see on this camera, but inside of its body are little plants growing in it. It's like there would be growth in that by letting that go, and like the beauty of it, the beauty of the project, the beauty of that aspect of yourself that needs to be shared with the world that you think is a little bit odd, a little too weird, maybe fear of rejection, is actually a really beautiful thing, and it will shine, and it will bring the people that's supposed to bring forward. And I can see this little creature that's been rejected just turning into a smile, but right now there's so much beauty there, but whoever this card belongs to, you're not seeing the beauty, you're seeing the weirdness over the beauty. But there's actually a lot of beauty there. And with accepting what is considered odd or not normal in society about you, and really living authentically in that, because it's your authentic self, it's the beauty. It's also the chakras, if you look at it, are going to all come into alignment for you too. There's just going to be more power in your life, I feel, and more freedom in your life by accepting this part of you that needs to come out and be expressed in this world. So that's card number 2. I hope that makes sense or resonates. Now card number 3. Those who have been drawn to card number 3. This is card number 3, and I really feel that there's going to be some serious magic happen in your life in the very near future. Things that you've never done before. You're going to see things through spiritual eyes that you've never seen before, and it's going to freak you out a bit. But Source wants you to remember where it's coming from. It's coming from them, okay? Don't be afraid to dip into your giftings deeper. Don't be afraid to try new giftings, because I think they're going to manifest themselves in ways that are going to blow your mind, maybe freak you out a little bit. But Source wants to remind you that those are coming from them, not from you. It's coming through you. You are a conduit used by Source. And not to be afraid of the power that you have to be used by Source, and really opening yourself up to be used. Yeah, it might be a freaky thing. It might be a little uncomfortable. It might be a little odd. It might be like people might not get this, or people might think I'm a bit even weirder than I am if you're a light worker. But there's going to be some definite magic come into your life, okay, in a new way that's going to be really, really awesome, a bit mind-blowing, a bit freaky, but also Source just wants you to remember where it's coming from. It's coming from a very high place, and it's coming from a very ancient place too, if that makes sense. So yeah, it might be ancient gifts too for some of you coming forth through you, through generations of magic coming through you, of power coming through you. I feel like too, some of you, that it's your ancestors really pushing forward to you to be empowered in this life and to do what you're supposed to do that they were never able to do. Yeah, so it's coming from a big place. Coming from a big place. So don't be afraid if you feel that things have gotten a bit weird. Maybe your mind's eye seeing a bit differently than it normally does. Maybe you're like, if you're a medium, you're smelling things that you've not smelt, or different senses in you are coming to life in your mediumship that's not really been normal. Or maybe even some of you might, I'm talking to the light workers here, that there's going to be some powerful things coming through you. If you're not a light worker and you pick this card, definitely there's going to be some really wild things happen in your life through your hands. Does that make sense? Some creativity, manifestation I see. So for people that don't work in the spiritual field, I really feel like there's going to be a manifestation that Spirit wants you to know that if you have the right intention, a good intention, and you want to see things happen, Spirit wants to see those things happen for you, so they will. So don't be afraid to put that feeling of, I'd like to see this happen in my life, or I need this. Spirit will align with you, and they'll give it to you if it's for the highest good of everyone and yourself. So I feel that in people that live normal day-to-day lives that don't work in the spirit field, that there's going to be some manifestation and of things that you want, things that you need, and that Spirit really wants to show you that they're there for you. They got your back, okay? And it might be quite surprising, some of the things that come up for you. So that is what I'm getting for card number 3. So I hope that made sense. I hope it resonated with you guys. Where am I this weekend? I'm camping this weekend, so I'm not doing any fairs. But after that, next weekend, I believe it's Sunday, I'm doing a spirit fair in Melksham. I'll get the poster up and put it on my page in Melksham at the Scouts Hut. I will be doing there reading tarot, so if you want to book an appointment with me for a tarot read or an oracle read or both, I would be happy to do that for you. I'd actually be honored. I really love doing it. It's just my passion. So yeah, I'd be honored to do that. And then the week after that, I'm camping again over Easter. And then the week after that, so April 6th, I'm at the Witches Fair in Westbury, run by Mitch Garlington, and I will be reading there. And yeah, if you want to book an appointment with me, please contact me through my page or my personal messenger, and I would absolutely love to do a reading for you there. So I will put adverts up on my page, and you can see where we're at, and there's just so many things at these fairs to see too. So if you're not even drawn to have a read with me, just come down. Like, there's some awesome stuff there. There's really neat things and really bespoke things that you can't just get anywhere else. So yeah, it's they're awesome, those fairs. So I really enjoy doing them. I really enjoy the people that are there, and I really enjoy seeing people that come in. So yeah, that's me for tonight. I really hope you have a lovely rest of your week. I really hope that you have a lovely weekend. I really hope that these cards speak to you. You are so loved. Each one of you is so unique, so precious. And that's my life calling, is for everyone just to walk into their uniqueness, walk into their preciousness, and walk in this life feeling so loved to their very, very core, and so accepted on every level of their life. I love you guys. You take care. Blessings.